All right, it's 10:32. What do you think, Zoe? Do you think we should get started or give it another minute? Thoughts?
I think we should go ahead.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's Safety Connection. We're really happy that you could join us today to explore the retail crime prevention, a guide to making your business safer. I'm really excited to be co-facilitating today's session with my colleague, Zoe Sutherland. A bit about me and a bit of an introduction. My name is Stella. I'm an account representative at Workplace Safety and Prevention Services, and I've had the privilege of supporting our customers with their health and safety needs for about 18 years now. During my time, I've had the chance to take on very many roles at WSPS. The last 5 years, my focus has been on connecting with small businesses and community associations across the province, sharing health and safety awareness, and really highlighting our free services that can really make a difference when supporting those small businesses. Um, I am joined here by my colleague Zoe. Zoe, I'm going to hand it over to you for a bit of an introduction.
Thanks, Stella. So, hi, everyone. I'm Zoe, and I'm an account representative as well with Workplace Safety and Prevention Services. I've been part of this amazing organization for over 25 years, working in numerous roles. In the past couple of years, my passion has centered on building relationships with community associations and small businesses to champion health and safety. Back to you, Stella.
Thanks, Zoe. All righty, let's get into it here. So, to better understand participation in safety connections and ensure training is accessible across Ontario, we invite you to complete a short survey. We are collecting demographic information on behalf of the Ministry of Labour, Immigration, Training and Skills Development. Responses are secure, they're anonymous, and they're analyzed in aggregate by WSPS before being shared with the ministry. Participation is certainly optional. And so to access the survey, we ask you to click on the link in the chat or on the screen. You can certainly scan the QR code. You will, however, need the 6-digit function number, which I believe in this case is 231251, as seen on your screen. And we really want to thank you for helping make health and safety training accessible for everybody. Okay, so before we get started with today's webinar, I'd like to go over a few quick housekeeping items with you all. First, we recommend using your computer audio with headphones for the best sound quality. If you prefer, phone conference audio is also available. You'll find those details in the access email that you received. And just a reminder, your cameras and your microphones will remain off for the remainder of the webinar. We appreciate your participation throughout today's webinar. A little bit about Microsoft Teams engagement features in case you're not familiar with Microsoft Teams. You'll notice the option to use reactions in the menu bar. These are instant and they're going to float up on your screen, so certainly feel free to use them to share your energy with us. We'd love to hear your reactions or get to know a little bit about you. So please share your responses in the chat as well. The chat is also in the menu bar. It's public and visible to everybody. So again, certainly feel free to send your messages anytime. Microsoft Teams offers two accessible features that may be helpful. So to enable live caption, select More from the menu bar, then Language and Speech, and choose Turn on Live Captions. To enable the full screen mode, you want to select View from your menu bar and then More Options and choose Full Screen. So both features can certainly be disabled by following the same steps. If you are experiencing any technical difficulties during the webinar, our wonderful colleague Jessica Vieira is working in the background, making sure things run smoothly for us. So if you do run into any issues, please send a message in the meeting chat or reply to the access email you received. Jessica is certainly here to help and would be happy to help you. So Safety Connections programs have four main goals, and it's really all about to learn, share, and discover what is the value to you, our customers, and our community. It's all about to connect virtually with industry peers. It's to facilitate best practices and exchange, and it's to provide an opportunity to attend a health and safety webinar from your personal space. So maybe some of you are joining us from the office, from your home, from the car. Either way, we welcome you and thank you for taking the time out of your day to join us. On today's agenda, we'll begin with an introduction to the Retail Safety and Security Guide, making your business less vulnerable to crime. We're going to be discussing things like key roles, responsibilities, and practical tips to strengthen safety, reduce incidents, and help businesses stay resilient. We're also going to learn about designing a safer workspace, handling difficult situations, preparing for emergencies, and clarifying roles. We're going to be highlighting some of our free resources available through our Small Business Center. And then finally, we're going to explore the benefits of our Small Business Advisory Service and how to register for that amazing free support. Lots to cover today, so let's dive in. A little bit about us, in case you're not familiar with Workplace Safety and Prevention Services. WSPS is a not-for-profit organization committed to protecting Ontario workers and businesses. We serve 174,000 member firms and 4.2 million workers in the agriculture, manufacturing, and service sectors. This is also in hospitality, restaurants, and retails, for example. Essentially, we offer health and safety expertise, consulting, training, and resources. And our mandate includes helping businesses understand their risk and legal obligations to stay in compliance to build those safer workplaces. We are also a proud partner in Ontario's occupational health and safety system. Our system partners are made up of different partners, and each partner has a very unique role to play when implementing the occupational health and safety strategy. Our system partners include both the Ministry of Labour, Immigration, Training and Skills Development, and essentially their role is legislation, enforcement, and prevention. Workplace Safety and Insurance Board, the WSIB, their role is worker compensation, prevention, and back-to-work supports. And Workplace Safety and Prevention Services is one of the 4 health and safety associations, along with IHSA, which is Infrastructure Health and Safety Association, PSHSA, Public Services Health and Safety Association, and WSN, Workplace Safety North. And essentially our role, we're in the business of prevention. We want to prevent those injuries and illnesses from happening. We're really here to provide guidance, information, and resources so businesses like yours can build safer workplaces. A key contributor to today's webinar is the Retail Safety and Security Guide, created through the combined efforts of Retail Council of Canada, Toronto Police Services, Ontario Association of Chief of Police, and Workplace Safety and Prevention Services, with the input from Safe Work Manitoba. So this guide really helps Ontario businesses reduce vulnerability to crime, to respond to issues like robbery, fraud, and shoplifting, handle difficult or abusive customers, address workplace violence and safety concerns, and really it's a practical tool to help workplaces stay safe, build staff confidence, and really ensure customers feel welcome. Quick question for the group. Has anyone even heard of the Retail Safety and Security Guide, or have they used it at all? Show of hands or in the chat would be great. And I can't unfortunately see it, so I'm going to ask either Zoe or Jessica to see if anyone has replied to the question. Are people familiar with the guide, or is this something new to them?
We have no's. Sorry.
Okay, this is great. This is great. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We're all going to learn so much great information about the Retail Safety and Security Guide. So let's dive in. Okay, so leveraging the Retail Safety and Security Guide, WSPS has created this webinar to really help retailers make their businesses less vulnerable to crime, discourage unlawful behavior, and really create a positive experience for both employees and customers. So this webinar is organized into three sections. So we're going to talk about environmental design. We're going to talk about developing an emergency preparedness plan. And we're also going to talk about de-escalation tips. So feel free to click the link to access the guide right away. We're also going to be sending a follow-up email after this webinar with all the links to the resources that we're going to cover in today's webinar. Before we dive into the section of the Retail Safety and Security Guide, I'd like to review some of the responsibilities required under the Occupational Health and Safety Act. So let's do that. So under the Occupational Health and Safety Act, due diligence means employers must take every reasonable precaution, right, to protect the workers and keep everybody healthy and safe in the workplace. This responsibility is demonstrated through health and safety policies and procedures to put that policy into action. So policies and procedures provide a clear framework for staff, really helping standardize approaches and guide behavior when addressing retail safety issues. Also, developing a crime and violence prevention program and an emergency preparedness plan are also key ways to protect employees and show due diligence. This guide offers tools to help you meet the Occupational Health and Safety Act obligations, which includes conducting a workplace violence risk assessment or a reassessment, ensuring programs are developed and maintained to support policies, and training workers on these policies and programs. The PDCA model is a popular tool in health and safety. Really what this is a continuous cycle of improvement made up of 4 steps. This is plan, do, check, and act. The cycle is repeated throughout the life of the procedure. So let's dive into it a little bit. When we're talking about planning, plan is all about setting objectives and outlining the processes needed to achieve them. So this is where we define what to do and how to do it. When we talk about do, this is putting the plan into action and to implement those processes. Check, this is all about monitoring and evaluating. Did things go according to plan? Is there a gap in the process? Do staff know what's being asked of them, what they need to do? And then finally, there's act. And act is all about applying those improvements and making changes based on those results. So based on what we're talking about today, here are the roles and responsibilities for both employers, owners, and staff. These apply in the workplace no matter what the hazard might be. So talking about employers and owners, we know that employers, again, have the greatest responsibilities. The employer must do everything they can to keep the workplace safe and healthy. It's called the General Duties Clause, and it's mandated by Regulation 297, Section 13. So the employer also needs to provide staff with the right tools to identify risks before they become dangerous, and also ensure that procedures are being trained, that all staff on all shifts, including students, temporary workers, seasonal workers, also know what's being asked of them, and they're part of the onboarding and orientation process. Also to offer refresher training so staff remember what's expected of them, and know that we know that health and safety is not a one and done, right? The health and safety needs to be living and breathing in the organization at all times. And then of course we want to document all training and drills to confirm staff participation and are being demonstrated, and we are doing due diligence, right? So we all know that if you don't document it, you don't have the training records, it never happened, right? So staff need to attend regular drills and training. They need to provide feedback to help employers identify and address any gaps in the procedures. And this is really all about communicating with the supervisor or the employer, right? So you definitely want to keep those open lines of communications at all times. When it comes to retail safety, a few key practices make all the difference. So developing a violence prevention policy with clear expectations, reporting steps, and prevention measures are really key. Smart hiring, right? We want to make sure that we're checking references and background checks to really spot any red flags. Safe scheduling. This is all about avoiding leaving staff alone during high-risk times. And this actually reminds me of a story. So my daughter, years ago, when she was working at a retail store downtown near where we live, I loved the policy that this retailer had. So at the end of each shift, the employees were not allowed to leave one-on-one. They would leave as a group. So everybody would leave at the same time. They'd go out the back door together. They would lock the door together, and then they would disperse. So I love the fact that they had this staff leaving at separate times, right? Because that certainly prevents things from happening in high risks times, right? Risk assessments, this is all about regular checks to identify and address hazards. And these aren't just policies, they're everyday habits that really keep people safe, reduce risk, and build stronger teams. So let's talk about the guide for a couple minutes now. First, let's look at crime prevention through environmental design. So this is all about, this approach alongside policies and procedures really helps reduce and eliminate workplace violence. It really builds a culture of safety and security in retail settings. And really, in short, it creates a physical space that promotes safety and deters crime. These measures involve things like natural surveillance. So this is all about design spaces to maximize visibility, remove obstructions, improve lighting, and place surveillance cameras strategically so employees and customers feel safer knowing that surroundings are easily being observable, right? So have those cameras out, make sure they're being recording, the recording activities that are happening in the store, make sure that red light is flashing, right? Natural access control. This is all about guide the movement of people to create a sense of risk for potential offenders. So well-defined entrances and exits, maybe some fencing, landscaping can really deter criminal activity by making unauthorized access more difficult. So if you have someone looking into your store, they see it's a maze to get in and out, maybe that might deter them. Territorial reinforcement. This is all about encouraging a sense of ownership among employees and customers, using signage and regular maintenance to clearly define spaces. When people feel pride in their environment, they're more likely to protect it and reduce the chance of crime. So some examples mentioned from the guide to help deter crime are things like, again, installing cameras, using time-delayed safes, and place decals in exterior windows. So sometimes if you see, someone does see like security by ADP, they might be a little more deterred, right? Removing cash after closing, keeping registers empty and open and doors locked and windows closed. Arranging shelves to avoid blind spots and keep storefront windows clear from visibility. Placing high-risk items near workstations in view of cameras and well-lit areas and signages. Putting policies and procedures in place to clearly outline prevention measures against shoplifting. For example, this could be clear policies for change rooms, right? So having someone at the change room, counting how many items are going into the change room, giving them that number. I actually experienced this at Winners yesterday. 7 items, so she gave me the 7 items card, and then making sure when that person comes out, you count those 7 items and you get that card back. Return policies requiring original receipts, and also thinking about procedures to check receipts at exits as well. Point of sale security, this could be positioning the POS terminal and ATMs near cashiers, visible to the CCT, well lit and password protected. And also think about keeping gift cards near cashiers or behind counters away from obstructions. Here's an example of a checklist. It's Appendix A from the Retail Safety and Security Guide. It uses quick yes, no, not applicable scoring to access areas like property design, visibility, maintenance, lighting, signage, and overall safety features. So the idea is to give businesses a simple, practical way to spot strengths and gaps in their safety measures. You may also think of other examples that could apply to your own situation and really adapt the checklist to fit your needs. Okay, so let's move on to emergency preparedness plan. A good emergency preparedness plan makes sure everybody knows what to do if something unexpected happens at work. It should outline the types of emergencies that could occur, the steps to take, and the equipment to use, and who's responsible for it. So all staff on every shift need to be trained. This can be done through regular reviews, practice drills, and hands-on use for equipment. Policy should also require at least 1 evacuation drill each year, plus refresher training to keep everyone confident. In an emergency, if an emergency does occur, managers and security should act quickly, stay calm, secure doors if needed, and really guide staff and customers out using pre-planned routes. Afterward, it's really important to complete a report, to view what happened, and to make sure everyone is accounted for at the assembly point. Most of us are familiar with evacuation drills from school and fire drills. A lockdown, on the other hand, is used during major incidents or threats of violence, and the key action are really simple. This is all about run, hide, and defend, right? We all learned that in school. Lockdowns can be triggered by situations such as mall takeovers, crowd control issues, an active attacker who can possibly be armed. And these events are really unpredictable and require an immediate police response. Lockdowns can also be called for other emergencies like fires, chemical spills, and may involve specialized response units as well. Suspicious packaging, right? This could be unclaimed delivery, an object left in public spaces, or even concerning social media posts. A bomb threat might arrive by text, email, note, or voice message. And really, all bomb threats must be taken seriously, investigated by police, and acted on quickly. So in summary, an emergency response plan with staff trained on all shifts is really worth the time to create. Acting swiftly in an emergency really reduces injuries, it limits loss, and it really helps maximize disruptions. A workplace hazard assessment identifies what must be done, which is included in your plan. So use the appendices in the Retail Safety and Security Guide and also resources available at WSPS.ca to get started, or check out the gaps in your current plan. Okay, so let's move on to de-escalation tips. And at this point, I'm going to hand it off to my colleague, Zoe. Zoe, take it away.
Thank you, Stella. Well done. All right, so let's dive into stages of escalation. This is critical. If we can spot the early signs that someone's getting agitated, we may have to, we'd have a better chance by preventing things from escalating and keeping everyone safe. The higher someone moves up the continuum, the harder it becomes to de-escalate and achieve a positive outcome. Everyone shows specific behaviors when they're agitated. Do some self-reflection to identify your early warning signs. Maybe you tend to go quiet and withdrawn, or perhaps you get fidgety and more confrontational. Knowing your signs and recognizing those in the people you work or live with makes de-escalation easier. Do not ignore early warning signs or wait for a customer to approach you. If someone looks agitated, approach with care and concern. Ask how they're doing and if you can help them. This makes them feel seen and heard. You don't want to poke the bear. If you're comfortable with conflict, you may unintentionally provoke someone by not showing concern. And if you avoid conflict, stress or lack of confidence may be exploited by the customer to get what they want. So the second stage of escalation is when an individual becomes hostile. While we aim to catch agitation early, if signs are missed or escalation happens quickly, de-escalation strategies must become the priority. Remember, this is not a game. Ignoring someone to avoid rewarding bad behavior will not work. It's also not about being right. The goal is simple. Keep yourself and others physically and emotionally safe. When someone begins to show threatening behaviors, assume it could escalate to physical aggression at any moment. The priority is to protect yourself and others at risk. Call for help immediately. There is power in numbers. When a hostile individual sees support around you, they may back down or stop further aggression. Now, this session won't cover physical intervention techniques. However, if your role has been identified as high risk for physical aggression, you may need additional training. Regardless of the stage of escalation, avoid trading insults, taking things personally, speaking disrespectfully, physically touching the individual, or preventing them from leaving. These actions can make the situation worse and increase the risk of violence. Instead, focus on training staff to recognize behaviors that could signal concerns about theft or misconduct, such as bloodshot eyes, excessive sweating, or pacing in one area of the store. Have clear procedures in place and ensure staff are trained to respond safely. Provide training in de-escalation techniques is essential for managing and diffusing volatile situations. Additional training in unconscious bias equips staff to address individuals or situations that raise concern in a calm and respectful way. Strong communication skills such as active listening help resolve conflict by showing the speaker they've been heard through questions and body language. Employers should be trained to handle situation with a customer first mindset instead of resorting to physical confrontation. For example, if someone is suspected of shoplifting, staff can offer assistance and encourage them to pay for the items rather than escalate the situation. When staff focus on high-risk behaviors with a customer-focused approach, it not only helps prevent shoplifting, but also keeps things calm and reduces unnecessary confrontations. And finally, conduct debriefing sessions after incidents. Reflection and continuous learning enhance staff readiness for future scenarios. It is crucial to emphasize that suspicion must never be based on race, ethnicity, color, sexual orientation, gender identity, age, sex, marital status, disability, or appearance. Stereotypes often stem from unconscious biases, like first impressions, judging everyone by one past experience, or favoring people similar to ourselves. These biases can lead to unfair judgment, especially against minorities or vulnerable groups. Instead, train staff to recognize behaviors that may raise legitimate concerns about theft or misconduct, regardless of demographics. Some examples include asking questions beyond merchandise, such as about shift changes, staff, or security procedures, paying unusual attention to employees, cameras, or exits, video recording inside the store, placing large amounts of high-value items in carts without checking prices or details, or even loitering near registers or outside the store without making purchases. Let's focus on next steps. So review the Retail Safety Security Guide. Identify an area or hazard to assess, and create a procedure and follow the PDCA model. Remember, plan, identify hazards and risks, create clear procedures, and include required forms such as incident reports. Under do, train all staff, including temporary students, seasonal, review procedures and forms with them. Hold live desktop drills to practice and identify gaps. And check, debrief after incidents. Focus on learning, not blame. Assess whether procedures and training prepared staff. Act, make improvements where needed. Owners and employers must equip staff with the right tools to identify hazards and respond safely before dangers arise. All right, so here are a few frequently asked questions from the Retail Safety and Security Guide. We'd love your participation, so please share your responses in the chat box by typing yes or no as we go through them. And as well, Stella, if I can, or Jessica, if I could have you read the chat because I can't see the screen. All right, so first one, can staff grab an individual?
These are great questions. Yep. And like you, Zoe, unfortunately, the mode that I'm in for Microsoft Teams, I can't see the chat or the hands up. So maybe we can ask Jessica to chime in here. What are people saying there, Jess?
We haven't received any responses yet.
Okay.
But my answer would be a no.
Well, the Criminal Code of Canada allows citizens arrest, but you're right, Jess, this is not recommended due to safety risks. All right, can staff ask to look in someone's bag?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I see some typing by Greg, so maybe he has a response. We'll see. No response yet.
That's okay.
See, I would think that a retailer does not have the right to look in someone's personal bag, but I could be wrong. What do you think, Zoe?
Craig responded. He said no for grabbing an individual for the first one.
Okay. That's great. Great, Greg. Stay safe, right? Stay away from that. All right. So if there's nothing in the chat, that's fine. And Stella, well, it's actually yes. Businesses may set policies to request bag checks. However, individuals can decline and leave. Searches require warrant, right? So people
Yeah, that's
can,
surprising.
it is difficult, right? You can put it in your policy. This is something you do. I know if it was me and somebody comes to me and says, "Oh, let me see what's in your bag," I probably would open up the bag because I don't want to say anything more, right? But
Right.
if there are people who will say no and walk away, but these are things that just to keep in mind as you go forward with it. All right, so now I know this is not really a yes or no question. So, what are the legal implications of accusing or chasing a predator? If there's
Okay.
nobody really typing, that's okay. I can go through the answer um, because I know it's not, it requires a little bit more information.
No typing yet, Zoe, so I would proceed.
Okay, thanks. All right, so once a suspect leaves, chasing them creates a separate incident. If excessive force is used, staff may face assault charges. For safety reasons, staff should not accuse or chase any suspected individuals, right? It's better to stay safe, let them run away, let them walk away. Your life is more
Absolutely.
important. Yeah.
Yeah, just not worth it sometimes, right, Zoe?
Yeah, I agree. All right, can staff detain someone suspected of retail crime? All right, I'm just going to go ahead with this. Detention is not preferred. Police wait times can be long, and it requires training, secure facilities, and equipment. So that's a lot more added on to you. Detaining increases risk of injury as well.
Yeah, so
And
much can happen, right? When you detain someone, so much can go wrong and sideways.
right. And the last one, can businesses post photos of suspects?
I'm going to say yes to this one, Zoe. I
Yeah,
think they can. Yeah,
I'm gonna say yes to. I've actually seen it at a couple stores. I don't know if you can, but I have seen it
same.
done.
Yeah,
Right.
and on social media too. On social media in the stores. So,
All right, well, businesses may post surveillance images internally with little liability risk. However, research shows that this practice is not very effective in deterring retail crime. So it's your choice, right?
yeah, for sure.
All right, so the guide introduces Crime Stoppers, and this is a partnership between public, police, and media that allows citizens to assist law enforcement anonymously in preventing and solving crimes. Tips are received through secure phone lines or online connections managed by professional coordinators. And in Ontario, Crime Stoppers programs uses the secure P3 Tips portal, which lets you upload videos, audio, and photos to strengthen the accuracy and usefulness of your tips. By sharing information, you provide a valuable public service. And if your tip leads to an arrest or recovery of drugs or stolen property, you may even be eligible for a reward for up to $2,000. All right, I have another question for you. And I promise it's the last one. So, with a show of hands, how many folks have heard or have used the free resources available on our Small Business Center? And Jess, if you can let me know if there's any.
Yes, we have received one.
Oh, awesome. That's great. Well, I know most people don't know about our small business center. Well, WSPS is dedicated to helping small businesses and to achieve their full potential. Our small business center offers free tools and resources to keep your business on track with health and safety information. Here is a snapshot of our Small Business Center landing page. This site has the health and safety tools and resources for small businesses to use, such as those mentioned in the Retail Safety Security Guide. And most of these resources we have to offer are here and for you to use for free. When you're putting your policies and procedures together, you don't have to create it from scratch. We have templates that you can use for free. You just have to customize them to fit your organization. Our Small Business Center is divided into 4 sections, each packed with valuable tools, resources, and information. The Safety Roadmap, you find size-specific health and safety requirements and resources. Understanding Health and Safety, you can access case studies and articles. Under additional support, you'll be able to explore our small business advisory service and the WSIB Health and Safety Excellence Program. And under what's new, you stay updated with the latest tools and resources, including the Health and Safety Handbook Generator, small BizBite videos, podcast episodes, and training for health and safety representatives. As mentioned, they're all free. Most of them are free and ready for you to use. All right, so I wanted to highlight some of the templates available on the Small Business Center. There is the Employee Violence Risk Assessment Questionnaire. It helps employers and workers identify potential risk of workplace violence. And then there's the Incident Reporting Form, which provides a structured way to document incidents, including corrective and preventative actions. And the third document here is Workplace Harassment Employer To-Do List. It outlines employer obligations under the Occupational Health and Safety Act to address and eliminate harassment. Employers are encouraged to download and reproduce and customize these documents to fit their specific health and safety needs. Each template is designed to save time, provide structure, and support compliance with workplace safety legislation. We also have our Small Biz Bites video series. They are short animated videos that simplify key health and safety requirements. They are fun, straightforward, and quick knowledge checks to reinforce learning. We have approximately 21 videos available, and some of the topics that we cover are workplace violence and harassment, transforming workplaces, civility, respect, and empathy, and emergency preparedness for small business. They're perfect for startups and small businesses to learn and confirm essential standards. And they're also available both in English as well as in French. And for those of you who listen to podcasts, WSPS offers a variety of podcasts that cover current issues and health and safety news impacting the small business community. Each episode shares practical resources to help you stay compliant and create a safer workspace. We have over 40 recorded and ready to listen to. Some past topics include retail theft, training tips to respond training tips to respond to suspicious activity. Then there's violence and harassment prevention, de-escalation techniques, stopping workplace bullying and harassment, as well as responding to crime and violence in retail. They're available to listen and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, including the app shown on the screen. Now, this is one of my favorite tools, the Small Business Advisory Service. It's designed for businesses with fewer than 20 employees. Our goal is to help small businesses improve their health and safety practices through simple, practical solutions, and it's for free. So let's get into the details of it. Who can use it? Well, businesses that need additional support to understand their legal requirements, identify hazards, or businesses who might need little extra coaching. Those that have limited time and budget for health and safety practices, as well as businesses looking for expert guidance. We'll connect you with a Canadian registered safety professional to develop a customized action plan after an on-site walkthrough. You'll be matched with a passionate health and safety expert who volunteers their expertise and assists you with a workplace inspection and provide an action plan. It is also for businesses interested in free tools to support health and safety, compliance, and best practices. And remember, it is a service that's for free. I'll be sending out an email including the application form for the Small Business Advisory Service right after today's webinar, so keep an eye out for it. This way you'll have quick and easy access to all the details you need. Now here's a list of the resources we have available to support you. We'll follow up with an email containing all the links to the material covered today, as well as you'll have our contact details that you can reach out to us if you have any further questions or if you need any assistance. And I'd like to really thank you for attending today's Safety Connection. If you would like to get in touch with a WSPS consultant, please contact us using the information on the screen. And please connect with us on our website at WSPS.ca or follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, X, and YouTube. And if anybody has any questions, we're happy to help.
Great job, Zoe. Great presentation.
Thank you.
Zoe and Stella, I'm not seeing any questions come through.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fine. They know they can reach out to us if they need us, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. So thanks again, everyone, for joining us. I hope you took away some great information. Certainly access the Retail Safety and Security Guide. It's a fantastic resource, something like 57 pages. So much comprehensive information. Lots of resources coming your way along with our contact information. Thanks for spending some time with us, and we look forward to connecting with you soon.